takes quite a few steps to export a DDS file so you can see the changes that you've made, but with the shortcuts I'll be showing in this video, it can be done in a matter of seconds. I'll be going over the export process and how to do it all faster with shortcuts. Everything I'll be showing is specific for HydroSim, but you'll be able to see how shortcuts can help you in your other projects as well. My name is Neil, and this is Mod the Mind with a focus on gaming, graphics, and tech, and for the next few videos, the focus will be on GIMP and HydroSim. Alright, we'll start with the overall process of exporting. Alright, here we have a boat skin in GIMP, and we're making our changes. Let's say we're making the main color of the boat a darker blue. There we go. The process to export a DDS file so that we can see the boat in HydroSim starts up here at Image and Flatten Image. Notice this will make that long list of individual layers into one layer. The second step is to add a mask. That is under Layers, Mask, and Add Layer Masks. We'll click Add here. Now also notice there aren't any shortcuts for these. Now to export the DDS file, we click on File and Export or Export As. There is a difference, and I'll touch on that later. The location for the boat files is as follows. Click the folder where you have saved the most current version of the game. Then it's HydroSim Data, Streaming Assets, and Teams. Now you notice I have some simple names up here at the top. Sometimes I like to mess with a boat file like this at first, and then I can rename the folder when I'm done with it. This makes it so I don't have to hunt around as much. You can also take advantage of the Add to Bookmarks, and be sure to put the Teams folder here. And if you are just working on one boat, you can save that folder to Bookmarks as well. Alright, so we're going to export this to hull.dds. Since I have it, we're going to hit Replace. For compression, I use this one right here and leave most everything else. Be sure that this is set to Generate Bitmaps. These are what allow an object in a game to look great up close, but then have a lower resolution when far away or smaller. And just a reminder, when exporting metallic layers, the compression needs to be set to the one that has NM at the end. I'll be making a lot more videos going over metallic layers and glowing boats as well, so please do subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of them. Alright, so now just click Export, and we've exported. So now that we're in the game, we can hit Ctrl R, and that will update the boat file. You do need the file in the Teams folder before you open HydroSim, otherwise it won't show on the list. Back in GIMP, we want to hit Ctrl Z twice to undo the layer mask and the flatten image so that we can keep making changes. Yeah, see all the layers again? We will do that sooner in the process for the next export. Alright, now we can make another change. Let's go back to a different color, maybe a lighter blue. Now this time for the export, let's set up some shortcuts. We'll go to Edit, down to Preferences, then Interface, and Configure Keyboard Shortcuts. When exporting, the first thing we did was go to Image and Flatten Image, so now let's find Image and click on the caret to find Flatten Image. This is how you can find other shortcuts as well. Go to the name of whatever process it is that you use often and create shortcuts. Alright, so I like to set this one to Control and the right square bracket. So you just click here and then Control and bracket. Okay, the next step was to add a layer mask. So now we'll click on the caret for the layer and then find Add Layer Mask with Last Values. I like to have this one be Control and left square bracket, just like this. And if you ever want to get rid of a shortcut, just click on it and then hit backspace. Those are the only ones we need to add. The other ones are already there. Here is Export and Export As under File. A couple other shortcuts I use quite a bit are Ctrl F, which is under Filters, and it's called Repeat Last. An example of using this would be to add a drop shadow, and a lot of times I would want to add the same drop shadow to multiple images. This allows me to just click on another image and then hit Ctrl F to add it again. And if clicking on an image doesn't take you to that layer, be sure to watch my last video about setting up GIMP, specifically the Move tool. And of course, everybody's favorite shortcut is Ctrl Z to undo the last thing you did. And now let's take a look at Export and Export As. The first time you have to export the file, you may need to use Export As to select where the file will go and select what type of compression to use for a metallic layer. After that though, you can just hit Ctrl E shortcut to export more quickly. All right, let's check this out now that we've made our changes to this hole. As we export, we can see the changes taking effect at the bottom of the screen and the layers dock. All right, so we'll hit Control and right bracket. Notice how now it's only one layer, and then hit left bracket. That added the mask, and then it's Control and E since we've already exported here once. You'll want to use Control Shift E if you're going to export a metallic layer, since you have to change the compression. Now we can go to the game. Let's use the Windows shortcut of Alt Tab. Here we see the boat we are working with, and so hit Ctrl R, and there it is. Let's make another change and do this the fastest way now. Alt Tab and we are back in GIMP, and we're going to want to hit Ctrl Z twice. Now we can edit the boat again. Okay, there we go. So now Control, right bracket, left bracket. Now just add E and then ZZ, and then we go back to the game, which will be Alt Tab and Control R. Fast, huh? All right, one last time. All right, so let's get back to an original blue. Oh, let's steal that blue. Grab it here like so. There's our color. I'm hitting Control and scrolling the wheel to zoom out. Then we can click the Move tool, click on our layer, click on our paint buckets, and boom. So we'll go with that color right there. So now let's do this as quick as we can. Control, bracket, bracket, E, Z, Z, Alt Tab, Control R. Nice, huh? Huge time saver. Well, I certainly hope you like this tip. In the next few videos, we'll get back to basics and I'll go over all the file types for the different boats currently in the game. Unlimiteds, GPs, and the K boats. Also metallic layers, how to make a boat glow, and much more. We'll also take a look at the new boat model in the beta version of the game. Again, my name is Neil, this is Mod the Mind with a focus on gaming, graphics, and tech, and be sure to hit subscribe so that you can catch all my upcoming videos on GIMP, HydroSim, and a whole lot more. And here's that next video.